Talon Sports Network is proud to present area basketball. Catch all of the exciting play-by-play the Cassville Wildcats and Lady Wildcats this season right here on your sports authority for Southwest Missouri. Cassville Wildcat basketball is proudly brought to the following sponsors: Berry County Advertising, Berry Electric Cooperative, Cassville, Country Dodge, Freedom Bank, Strip, First State Bank, Chevy Dealers, Ozarks Mays Automotive Group, Chad Garnell, Bureau Insurance, Law Office of J. Mike, Battery Outfitters, Security, Cocktail Center Cassville, Kim's Collision, Race Brothers Farm and Home Supply, Sportscaster Club members. Remember to stop and thank your local Cassville sponsors every chance you get, and keep it tuned to the Talon Sports Network for every play all season long.
And good evening, everyone. Welcome to Cassville High School Big A Conference basketball here tonight on the Talon Sports Network. Glad to be with you. The Cassville Wildcats hosting the Aurora Hound Dogs. Cassville comes into tonight's game with a record, I should say, of 7-13. They are 1-3 in the Big 8, and they are coached by first-year head coach Barrett Millison. The Hound Dogs coached by Daniel Cutbirth in his fifth year as head coach at Aurora, and the Hound Dogs 14-7, and they are one of the unbeatens left in the Big 8. The Hound Dogs 4-0. Coming into tonight's ball game. Last year, Cassville 4-22. They went 0-8 in the Big 8. The Hound Dogs were 17-10 a year ago. They went 5-2 in the conference. The Mount Vernon Mountaineers were the Big 8 champs last year as they went 8-0. And the Hound Dogs looking to take that title away from them as they are still unbeaten halfway through the Big 8 schedule. Cassville, one win away from doubling up their win total from last season. And they are 1-3 in the Big 8 coming into tonight's ball game. The Hound Dogs played last night as they had a makeup game against Mount Vernon, and they beat the Mountaineers last night. That was a game that was postponed from January the 19th, back when we had the ice, and Aurora beats Mount Vernon last night 75-45. Cassville Wildcats, this is their first game of the week. They were 0-2 last week, losing to McDonald County and Lamar, so they are looking to snap a two-game losing skid coming into tonight's ball game. Sammy Clapper along with you here tonight in Cassville on KKBL 95.9 The Buzz. Todd Speakman running the camera for us on CassvilleWebTV.com. We are streaming live video tonight of the Wildcats and the Hound Dogs, as well as our audio here on the radio. So tune in either place if you would like to watch as well as listen in. You can go to CassvilleWebTV.com, or you can listen here on the radio if you're out traveling about, as you can keep us tuned on KKBL 95.9 The Buzz. The Aurora Hound Dogs have won the first two games of the night. This is a three-game set, freshman, JV, and varsity. The Hound Dogs won the freshman game. They also claimed a victory in the JV game, and now it's on to the varsity contest here this evening. We're going to step aside, take a break, let you hear from our sponsors. We still got a couple of minutes left. Well, are we? It looks like they just wiped that last 2 minutes off the clock, and we're going to get to the national anthem here in just a moment. So we'll run over the starting lineups, first of all, for the visitors and Coach Daniel Cutbirth. Devin Hilton will start at one guard. He is a 5'11 junior. He'll be joined by Josh Frontenberger in the backcourt, a 6'1 senior. The forwards for the Hound Dogs, Logan Bader, a 6'5 senior. He leads the Hound Dogs, averaging 17 points a game. Also starting at forward will be Preston Naylor, a 6'1 junior. And Austin Carmichael rounding out the starting five for Aurora. He is a 6'4 senior. So it's Hilton, Bader, Frontenberger, Carmichael, and Naylor. Before we get to the Cassville starting lineup, they are going to read the sportsmanship creed and then have the national anthem played here before tonight's contest. So it'll give us a chance to hear from our sponsors. Back with more right after this. You're listening to Big A Conference basketball here on the Talon Sports Network.
When you have things to portray, look no further than the Berry County Advertiser and reach over 13,000 homes and businesses with your ad. And you'll get the response you're looking for. The deadline for display advertising is 6 p.m. on Monday, and your classification deadline is noon each Tuesday. You can place your ad online at 4caonline.com, stop in at 904 West Street, Asheville, or call 417-744-75. Berry County Advertiser, covering to serve customers advertising for nearly half a century.
Our homes to stay warm in the winter and cool in the but we don't like hydrogen. Reducing the amount of air leaks that are in the home is a cost-effective way to lower your utility bills. Start by finding the leak. Look at the proper material and technique. Visit the website BerryElectric.com for energy tips for your home. This message is brought to you by the owned Berry Electric Cooperative, striving striving to meet energy needs and improve the quality of life of members.
This live broadcast of high school sports on Sports Network is brought to you in part by these Sports Club members. Berry County Health Department. Flu shots are now available at the Berry County Department in both Cassville and Monette offices. Walk-ins are welcome, or you can contact the office 417-847-114 or the Monette office 417-354-8402 for more information. Freedom Bank of Southern Missouri, locations in Cassville, Sligman, Willard, Shelby, and Golden to serve you. Visit them on freedombk.com, member FDIC, equal housing lender, and Tyson Foods, proudly supporting area high school athletics. Tyson Foods in Monette, making great and making a difference.
For over a century, the Cassville Democrat has been providing complete, factual news of events and issues that affect our lives. The Cassville Democrat serves all of Berry County, publishing well-researched news articles, timely editorials, lively letters, the complete local sports coverage, plus much more. The staff of Cassville Democrat sees the people of Berry County need and deserve what's happening in their community. The Cassville Democrat, call 417-847-6102.
Sammy Clapper back with you here at Cassville. The Wildcats hosting the Aurora Hound Dogs here tonight. Big 8 Conference basketball on 95.9 The Buzz, and also live streaming video at CassvilleWebTV.com. Todd Speakman running the camera for us tonight for the streaming video. We ran over the starting lineups before the break of the Aurora Hound Dogs. Now we will go to the Cassville Wildcats, coached by Barrett Millison. They will start Noah Hadlow. He's averaging just under 10 points a game. He's a 6'1 senior. Tyler Arndt, a 5'9 junior, will join Hadlow in the starting lineup. Also starting for the Wildcats, Alan Lambell, a 5'10 senior. Tyler Speakman, a 6'1 senior. And Kane Kellner to round out the starting five for Cassville. He is a 6'2 senior. So again for the Wildcats, it's Kellner, Speakman, Lambell, Arndt, and Hadlow. And for the Hound Dogs, Hilton, Bader, Fronabarger, Carmichael, and Naylor. Speakman and Hadlow returning starters from last year for the Wildcats. The Hound Dogs returning starters Carmichael, Bader, and Hilton. Mason Huseman and Skylar Cahill also saw some starting action last year for the Hound Dogs, and they will be subs here this evening. The Hound Dogs in their road black jerseys trimmed in red and white. The Wildcats in the home white jerseys trimmed in black and gold. 7 seniors on the roster for the Wildcats, 10 seniors on the roster for the Hound Dogs, and we're looking forward to this matchup here this evening. Big 8 Conference basketball on the Talon Sports Network. The opening tip controlled by the Hound Dogs, and they will work it into the front court. Hilton passes over on the left wing to Naylor, back up top to Hilton, reverses it right side to Fronabarger. Fronabarger back to Hilton, around the left side, pull up 15-footer, too strong, rebound down to Cassville. Noah Hadlow clears away the board for the Wildcats, and Cassville quickly into the transition game. They'll bring it into the front court. Lambell goes back to Hadlow. Hadlow trying to go to Lambell up top. He went left, the ball went right, and it goes into the backcourt. Turnover against the Wildcats. So each team comes up empty, their first possession of the night. Hound Dogs on a missed jump shot. The Wildcats on a turnover. 30 seconds gone here in the opening quarter. Hilton holds it up high on the left wing in front of the Hound Dog bench. Between the rings goes to Fronabarger. Back to Hilton. Down in the corner. Gives it to Bader. At the elbow. Jump shot up and in by Carmichael. Austin Carmichael, 6'4 senior. He averages 12 points a game. He can work inside. He can work outside. He showed his range right there, knocking down the 15-footer. And he gives the Hound Dogs an early 2-0 lead. Lambell with the basketball for Cassville. Goes out beyond the arc to Tyler Speakman. Down into the right-hand corner to Tyler Arndt. Arndt penetrates in the lane, dishes off, trying to get it underneath to Kellner. The ball comes free, and there goes Bader. Coast to coast, Logan Bader banks it up and in. Logan Bader, the leading scorer for the Hound Dogs, averaging 17 points a game, scores off of the Cassville turnover, and the Hound Dogs lead it 4-0. Little pressure in the backcourt by Aurora, but then they fall back into their half-court man-to-man. Arndt spins the dribble away from the defense, goes to Lambell, into the left elbow. Now he looks for help, picks up his dribble, gets it off to Hadlow. Hadlow down the right side of the lane, back out on the perimeter to Arndt. Arndt feeds it up top, the ball stripped away, trying to go to Speakman. Bader comes up with the steal, layup up and in, count it, and he will go to the line. Logan Bader, using his body to shield away the defender Speakman, gets the layup, and he will go to the free throw line for the and one. First free throw attempt by the Hound Dogs here in the opening quarter. Bader already with 4 points, and the Hound Dogs out to a 6-0 advantage. Free throw up and in. Logan Bader earlier this year in a game against Monette scored his 1,000th point of his career as a Hound Dog, and he has continued to add to that, averaging 17 a game. 3 Hound Dogs average in double figures. Bader 17, Carmichael 12, and Frontenbarger 11. It's a 7-0 lead for Aurora. Hadlow with the ball at the top of the key for the Wildcats. Drives against Frontenbarger, pulls it up outside the lane, bounces inside to Kellner, shot off the window, no good, and the rebound down to Bader. Bader gives on the outlet to Devin Hilton. Hilton back to Bader. Thought about the three. Gives left elbow to Carmichael. He'll put it up from 18. Comes up empty, and the rebound controlled by the Wildcats. Alan Lambell comes out of the pack with the basketball. Gives it off to Hadlow. 5:45 left to go first quarter. Hound Dogs leading 7-0. Wildcats with possession of the ball. They go left wing to Lambell. Across the top of the defense of the Hound Dogs to Hadlow. Hadlow pull up 15-footer, right wing. Rattles off the iron, and the rebound down to Carmichael. Carmichael will bring it into the floor, into the front court, I should say, himself, to Hilton. Back to Carmichael. Naylor for three, and he hits. Naylor knocks down a jumper from 21, left side of the key. First three of the night made by the Hound Dogs. And Coach Millison calls a timeout. 5:24 left to go in the first quarter. And the Hound Dogs leading 10-0. 32nd timeout charged to the Cassville Wildcats as Coach Millison will try to slow down the momentum of the Hound Dogs. They have come out on fire here in the early going. They have only missed two shots up to this point. They've already knocked down a three, and they've got a 10-0 advantage. As we talked about, a very experienced roster for both of these teams. Cassville with 7 seniors and a couple of juniors. Aurora with 10 seniors and 3 juniors. Last week in National Signing Day, Hound Dogs had 4 of their basketball players signed national letters of intent to play college football. Mason Huseman signed a letter of intent to play football for Division I Louisiana Monroe. Billy Meredith and Skylar Cahill each signed letters of intent to play football for SBU up at Bolivar. And then Garrett Montgomery, another senior for the Hound Dogs, signed a letter of intent to play college football for Missouri Southern over in Joplin. Inbound pass with pressure put on by the Hound Dogs. Goes to Lambell, and he will beat the pressure with the dribble, bring it across the timeline. And now quickly around the perimeter. Speakman with the basketball. Goes to Lambell. Cassville spins the dribble in the lane. The ball knocked free. A couple of players go down on the floor after it. They call a jump ball, and the possession arrow favors Cassville. Ethan Hoppus into the game for the Wildcats. He is a freshman guard, and he's got the basketball. Floater down the right side of the paint, no good. Comes off the glass, and the rebound down to Carmichael. Carmichael out on the wing to Bader, and Bader knocks down the 18-footer. Logan Bader with 7 already here in the first quarter, and the Hound Dogs lead it 12-0. Wildcats still looking for their first points of the night. Fadeaway jumper from the baseline, no good by Hadlow. Another rebound for the Hound Dogs. Aurora holding Cassville to one and done, and now a layup attempt by Preston Naylor, and he's fouled from behind, and he will go to the free throw line. Foul called against Kane Kellner, his first personal. First team foul against the Wildcats. That is the second team foul against the Wildcats. And Preston Naylor at the line. The 6'1 junior's first shot is no good. So first free throw of the night missed by the Hound Dogs. They're 1 of 2 unofficially here in the first quarter. Now Naylor makes the second. He has 4 points. And the Hound Dogs increase their lead to 13-0. Lambell across the timeline. Guarded out front by Naylor. Into the right elbow. Hands it off to Hoppus. Hoppus hands it back in turn to Speakman. Speakman down the right side of the lane. Off the glass, and it's good. Tyler Speakman gets his first points of the night, and that breaks a 13-0 run for the Hound Dogs to start the ball game. Halfway through the opening quarter, it's 13-2 Aurora, and the Hound Dogs with possession. Into the right-hand corner, there comes Carmichael, and he drains a three. Austin Carmichael has 5 points, second tray of the night for Aurora. And the Wildcats see the Hound Dogs increase their advantage. Lambell with the ball still in the backcourt. Goes to Hadlow. Hadlow across the midcourt stripe, crosses it over against Frontenbarger, gives it off to Hoppus. Hoppus to the free throw line, goes beyond 3 to Lambell, back out front to Speakman, launches from 20. This one too strong off the back of the rim, and the rebound goes into the Hound Dog bench, and it will go over to Aurora. Clock stopped at 3:41 left to go here in the opening quarter of play. And Aurora with a 16-2 lead. Devin Hilton, left side of the circle to Bader, back out front to Hilton. Cassville back in the 3-2 zone defense. They try a little backdoor alley-oop. They've had that play work many times this season. Little alley-oop to Bader, and that time the defense of the Wildcats was able to sink back to the baseline and keep Bader from getting out in front of the glass, so the ball goes out of play off of Cassville. And now they call a foul, too, against Cassville. Didn't see that one, but they call a pushing foul against Tyler Speakman, his second personal. And the third team foul against the Wildcats. Hound Dogs get the ball back in play. Naylor misfires from 21 straight downtown, and the ball goes out of play off of the Hound Dogs. Naylor missed the jumper from the top of the key. And the Wildcats with another substitution. Trey Dalton checking in. Dalton, the sophomore. Tyler Speakman checking out of the lineup for the Wildcats, sitting down with those two personal fouls. Cassville loses the basketball and a turnover, and at the other end, Bader hits the jumper and makes the Wildcats pay. Logan Bader with 9 points here in the first quarter. Ball got away from Lambell. Bader gets it back on the other end after a pass comes through from Hilton, and it's 18-2 Hound Dogs. Hoppus with the ball, circles the dribble across the top of the key, now looks for help, hands it off to Dalton, and now it's stolen by Hilton. Hilton will take it coast to coast. His layup blocked by Dalton from the backside, but there is Naylor on the offensive glass, and he lays it up and in. Well, now the Hound Dogs starting to do the work on the offensive boards as well as the defensive boards. They're out-rebounding Cassville 5-2, and they lead it 20-2 with 2.5 left to go here in quarter number one. And now 5 new players coming into the game for the Hound Dogs. Billy Meredith, Skylar Cahill, Mason Huseman, Garrett Montgomery, and who else do we got? We got one other player there, if I can get him to turn, see his number. Looks like the other player for the Hound Dogs is Matthew Miller. So 5 new faces into the game, but 4 of those new faces see a lot of playing time for the Hound Dogs. But Ethan Hoppus drains a 3 from the left side of the key. First 3 of the night knocked down by Cassville, and we got a reach-in foul called against Hoppus as the ball being brought up the floor by the Hound Dogs. It's 20-5, Aurora with the lead. Meredith up to Miller. High post, they go to Huseman. Up top to Cahill. Right wing to Billy Meredith. Back to Skylar Cahill. Cahill, skip pass over to Meredith on the right wing. Bounce pass out high to Miller. Now to Cahill. Three-pointer from the left wing is good. Skylar Cahill drains a tray. And that is now the third three-pointer made on the night by the Hound Dogs. 23-5, Aurora with the lead. We've still got 1:40 left to go here in the first quarter. And now a turnover as Hoppus took an extra step, and that is the 4th turnover against the Wildcats. Tyler Arndt checks back into the Wildcat lineup as he will give Alan Lambell a breather. Hound Dogs work the ball around the perimeter. Meredith over to Cahill. Thought about the 3, but turns this one down. Bounces it up front to Meredith. Meredith back to Cahill left wing. Toes the line. Defensive Arndt jumps out in front of him. Goes out front to Miller. Now off on the right side of the key to Meredith. Lobs over the top. Goes to Cahill. Cassville back in the 2-3 zone. The Hound Dogs working it back and forth around the perimeter. Entry pass at the high post to Montgomery. And a reach-in foul called against Tyler Arndt. That'll be his first personal and the 15th foul against the Wildcats. Got another whistle with 1:10 left to go in the quarter. And another foul against Cassville. And this one's going to send Mason Huseman to the free throw line. Foul called against Kane Kellner. That's his second. So he and Speakman both pick up 2 personals here in the first quarter. And Mason Huseman will go to the line. The 6'5 senior, free throw up and in. He gets his first point of the ball game, and the Hound Dogs now 3 of 4 from the line. As we mentioned earlier, Huseman signing a letter of intent last week to play Division I college football for Louisiana Monroe. Next one comes up short. Battle for the rebound. The Wildcats have it. Coming out of the pack is Trey Dalton, and we got a reach-in foul against the Hound Dogs. And that will go up against Garrett Montgomery. His first personal, second team foul against the Dogs. Closing in on 60 seconds left to go here in the opening quarter. Wildcats against pressure, get the ball in play to Hadlow. Hadlow brings it up the floor against Huseman. Baseline left side to Arndt. Nice pass in the lane to Dalton. Misses it off the glass. Long rebound comes out, and it's taken away by Skylar Cahill. It's got a 2-on-2 the other way. Cahill misses the layup. Rebound down to Hadlow. Hadlow in transition. Now the pocket picked from behind by Meredith, but then the ball poked free as Meredith trying to keep from going into the backcourt, and the Wildcats get it back. So back-to-back turnovers, and it's Cassville basketball. Dalton pass deflected into the crowd, and it will stay with the Wildcats. 24-5, Hound Dogs with the lead. We're down to 38 seconds left here in the first quarter. Noah Hadlow, floater from the right side of the lane. It rolls around and goes in. Soft shooting touch by Hadlow, gets his first 2 points of the game. And it's 24-7 now in favor of the Hound Dogs. And Billy Meredith brings the dribble around behind the back. Drives against Hoppus, clock down to 20 seconds. Miller with the basketball, left wing to Cahill, open for 3, pulls the trigger, rims out, rebound down to Meredith, but he is called for a push-off. As Billy Meredith picks up his first personal. Made a little comment to the official, and referee Rick McCauley followed him up the lane, but he didn't have anything else to say, so let that one go. Final 10 seconds of the opening quarter. Wildcats with the basketball. Hoppus down the right sideline, trying to get it to Dalton. The pass goes through after being tipped in the air. Low post, turnaround jumper, no good off the back iron. Ball tipped up in the air, and we got a pushing foul. Alex Vanderpool attempting the shot, and on the rebound, a foul called against the Wildcats. And it will go against Trey Dalton. That'll be the 17th foul against Cassville here in the first quarter, and the Hound Dogs, with 1 second left to go in the first, will go into the 1-and-1. So they have gotten into the bonus very early here tonight. And at the other end, Matt Miller's shot is up and in. Matthew Miller, a 6'3 sophomore. Hound Dogs are not short on size, that is for sure, and it doesn't matter whether it's the starting 5 or coming off the bench. They continue that length up and down the bench. Shot was good by Miller, and then a steal on the inbounds, and Miller got a shot attempt off before the buzzer sounded, but it was no good. And after 8 minutes of play, it's Aurora 26, Cassville 7. We'll step aside, be back with quarter number 2. You're listening to Big A Basketball here on the Talon Network.
Hey, country guys and gals, happy to tell you all about the all-new Dodge Chrysler Jeep and Ram in Cassville, Missouri. All new owners, managers, and a way of doing business. We keep country simple, and just like I tell the youngins, do the right thing every day and every time. The all-new Country Dodge has the car trucks everybody wants. Used cars starting at just $2,900 and up to $12,000 off our Ram trucks. And boy, how do you know trucks? We know trucks better than old parts telling fish stories. We're having fun now. Hitch up your wagon and get to the all Country Dodge Chrysler Jeep and Ram. Highway 37 and 76 in or we're always open online at countrydodge.com. You won't be happy till you're far from happy at the all-new Country Dodge. This is your country. Freedom, freedom, let you
Stability, service, and experience. Meet every aspect of your banking needs. Freedom Bank of Southern Missouri. From loans to home improvement loans, from auto loans to agricultural loans, Freedom Bank is committed and focused to serve you and the community in which we're located. Freedom Bank, your progressive bank, member FDIC, and lender.
Sammy Clapper back with you at Cassville. We are underway in the second quarter. The Hound Dogs leading the Wildcats 26-7, and Aurora with possession of the basketball to start quarter number 2. Back to the starting 5 for the Hound Dogs after making substitutions there at the end of the first quarter. Devin Hilton misfires from 21 off of the right wing, and the rebound down to Lambell. Alan Lambell, Tyler Arndt, Tyler Speakman, Trey Dalton, and Alex Vanderpool on the floor for the Wildcats. It's Devin Hilton, Logan Bader. Looks like Preston Naylor, Josh Fronebarger, and Austin Carmichael for the Hound Dogs, but Fronebarger now is going to take a seat as he stepped on somebody's foot and twisted an ankle, and Skylar Cahill quickly jumps off the bench to replace him. Hound Dogs opened up the game on a 13-0 run after Cassville got that 13-0 run stopped with a bucket. Then the Hound Dogs would score 7 straight after that as they jumped out to a 20-2 lead, and they have never looked back. Shot no good by the Wildcats. Hound Dogs quickly to the offensive end. Cahill, who's got 1 3, misfires from the left-hand corner, and the rebound controlled by the Wildcats. Alan Lambell doing a nice job on the boards here in the first half. Pull-up 10-footer, can't buy it, rebound down to the Hound Dogs. Cassville continues to be shut out on the offensive glass. 26-7 Aurora, 6:45 left to go in the first half. And the Hound Dogs at the offensive set. Naylor on the left wing, into the corner to Carmichael. Launches one from 20 and hits. Austin Carmichael's second 3 of the night. He's got 8 points. And the Hound Dogs extend their lead, 29-7 Aurora. Tyler Arndt cut off along the baseline by Carmichael. Lobs it up high to Dalton. Dalton, little crossover move, drives against Naylor and draws the foul. Austin Carmichael and Trey Dalton collide down at the left block. And Carmichael picks up his first personal. Hound Dogs are already in the bonus here in the second quarter as Cassville's committed 17 fouls. The Hound Dogs 4. And Trey Dalton will step to the line. The sophomore's first shot is up and rolls around and goes in. First free throws of the night attempted by the Wildcats, and Dalton knocks down the first, gets his first point of the game. Kane Kellner checks back into the Cassville lineup. He'll replace Vanderpool. Dalton back at the stripe. And the next one is good. Noah Hadlow will replace Dalton. So the starting 5 back into the game now for the Wildcats as well. 6:18 left to go, first half. Aurora leads it 29-9. Devin Hilton works the ball right wing to Cahill, trying to go right back to Hilton. Saved from going out of play by Naylor. Great hustle by Preston Naylor to save it in bounds right in front of the scorer's table. Lob down low to Carmichael. Left elbow to Naylor. Across the lane, goes to Cahill. Jumps in the air and goes back to Naylor. Now to Hilton. Open from 3, left wing, swish. Devin Hilton, his first tray of the night. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 5 threes made by the Hound Dogs so far here in the first half. Wildcats work it into the front court. Lambell lobs it down low to Speakman. Back out front now to Hadlow. Hound Dogs drop back in a 2-3 zone. From the top of the key, it's Tyler Arndt. Misfires off the glass. Rebound, fires ahead from Carmichael to Bader. Layup no good, and a charging foul called against Logan Bader. So Bader whistled for the offensive. That'll be his first personal. And team foul, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Team foul, nope, check that, 6. Team foul 6 against the Hound Dogs. So the next whistle against the Aurora Ball Club will have Cassville into the 1-1. Ethan Hoppus checks back into the Wildcat lineup. He'll replace Tyler Arndt. Now Cassville loses the ball in front of the Hound Dog bench. Lambell couldn't find the handle, and that is turnover number 6 against the Wildcats. 32-9, Hound Dogs with the lead. 5.5 left to go before the break. Devin Hilton walks it across the timeline. Right wing to Naylor. Goes over all the way to the other sideline to Devin Hilton. Between the rings to Cahill. Now to Naylor on the right wing. Cahill left side of the circle. Finds Hilton in front of the Cassville bench. Back up top to Cahill. Hound Dogs working the ball from wing to wing across the top of the key. Hilton now will pull the trigger from 22, left side. Can't buy it. Cahill going high for the rebound. Pulls it down, but then loses the handle underneath, but the Hound Dogs come up with the basketball. Skylar Cahill listed at 6'3", and he can flat get up in the air. Shot from underneath, up and in now by Bader off a nice bounce pass from Cahill, and Bader is fouled on the play. Logan Bader has already had 1 3-point swing with a bucket and a free throw, and now he's going to get a second opportunity to do that, and he moves into double figures with 11 points. Becomes the first player tonight to hit double digits. The foul against Kane Kellner is his 3rd. Bader's free throw is up and in. He has 12 points. Hound Dogs now 6 of 8 from the stripe, and their lead goes to 35-9. Kellner becoming the first player for either team to pick up 3, and now Bader gets a steal, drives down the lane, and slams it home with the right hand. Well, he didn't get the alley-oop earlier, but he got the one-handed dunk on that play, and Bader now with 14. And we've got a foul in the backcourt called against Preston Naylor. Naylor called for the reach-in, picks up his first, and that will put the Wildcats into the 1-1. So a lot of whistles here in the early going. And you wouldn't think that would be the case with a lopsided ball game here in the first half, but we've already combined for 15 fouls, and the Wildcats at the line. Alan Lambell, free throw up and in. He gets his first point of the night. Cassville now 3 of 3 from the stripe. Lambell, one of the 7 seniors for the Wildcats. Second free throw is good. He knocks them both down. And it's 37-11 now in favor of the Hound Dogs. Still not quite halfway through the second quarter. Backdoor pass goes to Hilton. Baseline left to Carmichael. Across the lane to Cahill. Misses off the window. Rebound tipped up by Carmichael, and he is fouled. Austin Carmichael will step to the free throw line for the Hound Dogs. That'll be the 19th foul against the Wildcats. The whistle against Ethan Hoppus, his second. Carmichael with 8 points so far in the ball game. 6'4" seniors, first free throw, good. 9 points now for Carmichael. Alex Vanderpool comes back into the Cassville lineup. He'll replace Kane Kellner, who will sit down with those 3 personal fouls. Next free throw by Carmichael. Too strong. Rebound down to Bader. He keeps it alive for the Hound Dogs and gets it out on the perimeter to Cahill. Cahill across the top of the key to Naylor. Right wing now to Hilton. Hilton feeds into the high post. Naylor now to Bader. Gives it down to Carmichael. Jump shot up and in. Austin Carmichael with 11. He becomes the second Hound Dog to hit double figures. And Aurora leads at 40-11 with 4 minutes left to play here in the half. Hound Dogs knock it out of bounds in the defensive end. They jump into a little backcourt press. Wildcats beat it with the dribble. Nice behind the back by Hoppus. Goes to Hadlow. Hadlow at the free throw line. Shot blocked by Cahill. Nope, got him with the body. Got him clean up top, but hit him on the body down low, and Cahill picks up his first personal. And that will put Hadlow at the free throw line. Noah Hadlow with 2 points so far in the ball game. Free throw good, so now we'll give him 3. Hadlow, the leading scorer that is active right now for Cassville. Colin Pierman averages 12 points a game for the Wildcats, but he is out with an injury and will not play tonight. Hadlow makes the second free throw, and he now has 4 points. It's 40-13 Hound Dogs, 3:50 left to go before intermission. Naylor, bounce pass right wing to Cahill. Cahill skip pass, dangerous pass, but it gets across to Hilton. Back up top to Naylor. Hound Dogs reset. 2-3 zone of the Wildcats, shifting from side to side. Cahill's pass tipped by Hoppus. So Naylor was able to step on the midcourt stripe without a violation. Left wing now to Hilton. A long-range 3 right in front of Coach Millison along the sideline. And Devin Hilton knocks down his second tray of the game. He has 6 points. Wildcats in transition. Hoppus draws a double team, and the ball poked free by Cahill, and then a diving attempt to keep it from going into the Hound Dog bench by Hilton was unsuccessful. So 5 in, 5 out for the Hound Dogs. Montgomery, Huseman, Fronebarger, Meredith, and Miller all check back in for Aurora. Wildcats inbound into the backcourt. Hoppus down the left side, bounce pass, backdoor cutter to Speakman, and a foul. Blocking foul called against the Hound Dogs. Good pass and a good move by Speakman, a good pass by Hoppus. And Tyler Speakman will go to the line. And we've got a substitution coming in for the Wildcats. Tyler Arndt checks in for Ethan Hoppus. The foul called against Garrett Montgomery. For Montgomery, that's his second personal. And Tyler Speakman, who has 2 points, will step to the stripe. Free throw on the way is no good. Rebound down to the Hound Dogs. Mason Huseman out on the wing to Fronebarger. Fronebarger, right wing, goes to Miller, back to Fronebarger. Down to 3 minutes left to go before halftime. Meredith between the circles. Goes to Fronebarger into the left elbow with the dribble. Fronebarger picks it up. Meredith out beyond the arc. Miller back to Meredith. Bounces left wing to Fronebarger. Fronebarger holds it up high with both hands. Looks down low for Huseman or Montgomery. Neither one open. Between the circles to Miller. Back on the right wing to Meredith. Meredith one dribble between the circles to Miller again. They'll reverse it left side to Fronebarger. High post to Huseman. Cassville doing a good job shutting off the big guys inside, but Fronebarger pulls the trigger from outside, misses the three-pointer. Montgomery keeps it alive for the Hound Dogs, gets it to Meredith, and Aurora resets. Offensive board for Garrett Montgomery. Meredith to Miller, now to Fronebarger, into the lane, loses the dribble, ball comes free, and now it's tied up in the paint. The possession arrow favors Cassville, so a turnover against the Hound Dogs, their second of the night. We'll give the ball back to Cassville. Down to 2 minutes and 15 seconds left to play before halftime. Aurora leads at 43-13. Lambell will walk it across the timeline. Hound Dogs in a half-court man-to-man. They keep switching back and forth from zone to man. And right now in the man-to-man defense. High post they go to Vanderpool. A little give and go back to Lambell. Shot partially blocked, and Huseman with the rebound for the Hound Dogs. Feeds it out to Fronebarger. Hound Dogs slowly working the ball down the floor. Billy Meredith takes the dribble to the left wing. Meredith goes out midcourt circle now to Fronebarger. Gets a screen at the high post as he goes by with the dribble by his teammate Huseman. They give it on the baseline to Miller. Back to Huseman. His turnaround jumper no good, and an offensive rebound by Montgomery, and he is fouled. Garrett Montgomery stepping to the line. 10th team foul against the Wildcats. And Montgomery will be at the line shooting two. Looking for his first points of the night. And the first one's up and in. The foul was called against Alex Vanderpool, his second personal. Montgomery's second free throw attempt is too strong, and a long rebound tipped by Lambell, saved from going out of play by Vanderpool. Good hustle by Alex Vanderpool. Lambell hands it off to Hadlow. 90 seconds left to go before the half, and a traveling violation called against the Wildcats. Turnover number 8 against Cassville. (44-13), Hound Dogs with the lead. 1:20 left to go before the break. Billy Meredith, yo-yo with the right hand, now gives it down baseline to Huseman, and he banks it up and in. First point from the floor for Mason Huseman to go along with a free throw. He's got 3 points. As the Hound Dogs again add to their advantage. Alan Lambell with the ball, crosses over, gets a screen at the top of the key, floater in the lane, blocked by Huseman. Ball comes out of the paint to Meredith. He's going to take it coast to coast, high off the window, no good, and it goes out underneath, and it will be last touched by Fronebarger. So the ball goes off the leg of Fronebarger, and the Wildcats will get it back with less than a minute to go before halftime. Lambell gets a screen from Speakman, flips the pass off to Hadlow, back to Speakman. Now Hadlow left wing. Vanderpool flashes in the lane, gives it up top to Speakman. Speakman looks for a backdoor cutter, nobody there. Lambell out of the right-hand corner, a high arcing three, and it's good. Alan Lambell with his first field goal of the night to go along with a couple of free throws. He's got 5 points. And we're down to 20 seconds left to go before halftime. Meredith steps across the midcourt stripe and now gives it to Fronebarger. The Hound Dog's going to hold for the final shot of the half. Cassville comes out and pressures the situation just a little bit. Fronebarger gets a screen, goes around that screen, and then the ball goes out of play. It'll stay with the Hound Dogs with less than 4 seconds remaining before the break. Meredith lobs it into Fronebarger. Fronebarger picks up the dribble, puts it up from 18, misses off the window, and the rebound taken down by the Hound Dogs, and that'll do it. The first half has come to a close here at Cassville High School as they head to the locker room. It's the Hound Dogs 46 and the Cassville Wildcats 16. We'll take a break and be back with the halftime show. You're listening to Big 8 Conference basketball here on the Talon Network.
Hurry, you don't have to sacrifice service or prices. You'll find it all at Fast Trip in Casville. Fast Trip has a great selection of fuel, fountain, grocery items, snacks, Ashby's hand-dipped cream in a variety of flavors, and honey and yogurt. Also, check out the new items on the menu at one of the largest and freshest delis in the area. Don't sacrifice friendly service and great for convenience. Get them all at Fast Trip, 4 South Main in Cassville.
22-23.
This live broadcast of high school sports on the Talon Network is brought to you in part by these Sports Club members. Community National Bank, your home community bank, with 2 locations to serve you. Highway 60 and Chapel Drive in Monette and Brinker in Aurora. Member FDIC. The Bayou Restaurant. When your belly is raging Cajun, head over to the Bayou on Highway 60 in Monette. Talon Associates Financial. They've been serving Monette and the Southwest Missouri since 1983, helping their clients their long-term financial success. Call 472-235-7900. Online at BellAndAssociates.net. And your State Farm Insurance agent in Mount Vernon, Phil Davidson. For life, auto. Call Phil Davidson, State Farm Insurance in Mount at 466-765.
It seems with giant faceless holding companies taking control of most banking, it's have a local bank that's truly the hometown for hometown people. With all the stability and strength of large holding companies, you have to understand your banking needs. The spot's always on at First State Bank. They want to know you're always welcome at any of their locations. 30, Monette, Pierce City, Bill. First State Bank, the home bank for hometown people. Member FDIC.
Hi, this is Dora Garcia. I'm a teller at First State Bank of Purdy in Cass. We invite you to come by and get to know First State of Purdy.
Whether it's Chevy or GM, stop by Automotive at Highways 39 and 60 in Missouri. They've got what you're looking for and a variety of styles and colors to choose from. If it's fuel seek, check out the Chevy Cruze. For more room, see the Malibus or Impalas. If it's they've got trucks, Silverados, Sierras, and Colorados. What about SUV? Covered with Tahoe, Yukon, Equinox, and Terrain. If luxury is what you're after, Buick and Cadillac. And if you want to rev a bit, see the Camaros or Corvettes. Automotive in Aurora, Missouri, junctions of Highway 30 and 60, or visit them online at maysbib.com.
We are Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance, and we are for road trips. We're for covering as much as possible on 2, 4, or 8 wheels. We're for drop tops, T-tops, cruisers, pickup trucks, and dump trucks. We're for displaying Missouri plates like metal drive. Have you ever hit a deer? We're for you too. We're for getting a tractor on a 2-lane highway. And if you're a Missouri driver, we have an auto for you.
Hi, I'm Chad Yonno, Missouri. And if you're in Berry or Lawrence County, got you covered.
Legal issues concerning your family are understandably emotionally charged. It's legal counsel concerning divorce, adoption, child custody and visitation, child support, name changes, property division, any issue relating to the family. Contact the law offices of J. Michael Reen. If you don't know what to do, they will go to work for you. Call them at 417-846-1339. That's 847-1339. The law office of J. Michael Reen. The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based upon advertisements.
Seems like everything we use is battery, and it seems just when you need them the most, things die. Now, you could run all over the place looking for batteries, or you could get them all in one place. Battery Outfitters has over 15 batteries in stock, including the one you with one trip to Battery Outfitters, you can boat, lawnmower, and cell phone up and running. And rather than spend an hour staring at the trying to figure out how the battery goes in, let the experts at Battery Outfitters install it for you. Batteries for hearing aids, phone equipment, shoot, even golf cart batteries, car batteries, boat batteries, motorcycle batteries, watch batteries, power tool batteries, vehicle batteries. They can even build a custom battery for you. You'll find your Battery Outfitters, your ultimate battery resource. Phone 271-3801. Battery Outfitters, Highway 86 on Golden.
Security Bank of Southwest, with locations in Cassville, Exeter, and is a true community bank. Reinvent the community, helping businesses, families, and organizations grow and prosper. Any bank can checks and make loans. At Security, they take pride in offering great service to meet the community's needs, whether buying a car, home, or farm, expanding a business, paying emergency expenses. Security is here to help. Your locally owned and bank, Security Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Welcome back to Cassville. We are at halftime. Sammy Clapper along with you here. Todd Speakman running the camera for us on CassvilleWebTV.com. Big 8 Conference basketball tonight. The Wildcats hosting the Aurora Hound Dogs. And the Hound Dogs jumped out to a 13-0 lead. They led 20-2 at one point, and here at the half, they lead 46-16. It was a 26-7 lead for the Hound Dogs at the end of one. They outscored Cassville 20-9 in the second quarter, and they lead 46-16 here at halftime. Looking at the stats from the first two quarters, first of all, for the visitors from Aurora, two players in double figures, led by the 14 points of Logan Bader. The 6'5 senior averages 17 a game. He's got 14 here at the half. Also in double digits, Austin Carmichael. He knocked down a couple of threes, and he has 11 points. Preston Naylor hit a three-pointer. He's got 6 points. Devin Hilton hit 2 threes, and he also has 6 points. Skylar Cahill knocking down a tray. He's got 3 here at the half. Mason Huseman with 3. Matthew Miller with 2, and Garrett Montgomery with 1 point. Everyone that saw the floor, with the exception of Meredith and Shoemaker, scored at least 1 point for the Hound Dogs. For the Cassville Wildcats, they were led in the first half by Alan Lambell. He hit a three-pointer and finishes the first half with 5 points. Noah Hadlow has 4. Ethan Hoppus hit a 3 and has 3 points here at the break. Trey Dalton with 2, and Tyler Speakman with 2. From the free throw line, Cassville 6 of 7. They committed 8 first-half turnovers. The Hound Dogs 8 of 12 from the free throw line. They turned it over only twice. And the Hound Dogs out rebounding the Wildcats here at the break, 17-7. Coming up next for the Cassville Wildcats, they'll be on the road this Friday. They travel to East Newton to battle the Patriots. Our next broadcast for the Wildcats will be on February the 23rd, when they will be at Bonnet taking on the Cubs. Cassville has 4 games remaining after tonight. They play at East Newton this Friday. Next week, they play here at home against Rogersville and Seneca, and then close out the regular season on the 23rd at Monette, and then it's on to district play. The Hound Dogs will be playing this Friday as well, as they will be at home against Carl Junction, and then Aurora will close out the regular season. They've got all road games after Friday night's game at home against Carl Junction. They'll play on the 16th at Ash Grove, on the 19th at Lamar, and then the final game of the regular season at McDonald County. And right now, the way things stand, that game could be for the Big 8 Conference Championship, and a lot of basketball to be played in the next 2 weeks before district play for the larger classification schools. Class 4 and 5 schools start district play that first week of March. 46-16, Hound Dogs with the lead. We'll be back with the second half right after this.
How healthy is your heart? Find out at Cox Monette Hospital Friday, February 26th from 10 a.m. For just $40, you'll receive a stroke and cardiac assessment, important health information, plus to measure your cholesterol, blood sugar, kidney, and thyroid function. We set it all up with a heart-healthy breakfast. Seating is limited, so please register early. Give us a call at 417-354-1288.
You can trust Ken's Collision Center in Kenville, 417-847-12. Hear what Stan Kelly, one of Ken's satisfied customers, has to say.
You can always count on Ken as far as if you have for your vehicle, he'll give you an honest opinion of what needs to be done and how the cost is going to be, and Ken fulfills his estimates and really does a good job. Give you an upfront and honest estimate, and that's important.
Ken's Collision Center, where quality and integrity are a tool for the trade. 712 10 Cassville.
Well, here we go into the second half. The Hound Dogs with possession of the basketball to start the third quarter, and a quick bucket by the Hound Dogs. Preston Naylor lays it up and in, and he has 8 points. 48-16, Aurora with the lead over the Wildcats. Arndt, Lambell, Hadlow, Speakman, and Kellner for the Wildcats to start the second half. Naylor, Hilton, Fronabarger, Carmichael, who just got that rebound, and Logan Bader for the Hound Dogs to start the third quarter. Looking at the foul situation, we'll check that momentarily, as a three by Naylor from the left wing is good. The Hound Dogs knocking down the jumpers from the outside and crashing the glass on the inside. That's the 7th three of the night made by Aurora. 51-16, the Hound Dogs hitting on all cylinders here this evening, just underway in the third quarter of play. Hadlow misses off the right side of the rim, and the rebound controlled by Carmichael. Carmichael can bring it up the floor himself, and he goes right down the lane and takes it up and in. Austin Carmichael now with 13. Kane Kellner could not do much with him because Kellner playing with 3 personals. He's the only player for either team that has 3 fouls here as we start the second half. Speakman and Vanderpool each have a pair of fouls along with Hoppus for the Wildcats. Garrett Montgomery, the only player for the Hound Dogs with 2 personals. Meanwhile, the Wildcats give it back over to the Hound Dogs. Naylor misses a layup right down the middle of the lane, and the rebound controlled by Cassville. 6:20 left to go here in quarter number 3. The Wildcats bring it across the timeline. Alan Lambell works the ball left wing to Hadlow. Hadlow puts it on the floor a couple of times between the circles to Arndt. Arndt dribbles into the right elbow, bounces it out on the perimeter. Lambell steps back behind the free throw line, fakes the shot, goes to Hadlow. Power move down the right side of the lane, and the jump shot is good. Little floater headed towards the baseline, and Hadlow got it to fall. He's got 6. Hilton to Carmichael, left side of the key, goes over to Fronebarger, back to Hilton, back to Naylor this time, left side of the circle. In the lane, pull up 12-footer by Bader, can't buy it, and the rebound down to Hadlow. Transition, the ball goes to Arndt, quickly into the Cassville front court, draws a triple team down on the right block. Up top, goes to Speakman, hits from 3. Tyler Speakman drains the tray. He's got 5. That's the 3rd 3 of the night, knocked down by the Wildcats. Logan Bader, head of the circle to Naylor. Into the corner to Fronebarger, pulls up from 21. Shot comes up strong. Naylor with an offensive rebound. He banks it up and in. Preston Naylor was the player who passed into the corner, and then he crashed the offensive glass, and he now has 13. 3 players in double digits. 14 for Bader, 13 apiece for Carmichael and Naylor. 55-21, Dogs on top. 4:50 left to go, and a driving move along the right baseline by Arndt, and he is fouled. Foul against Austin Carmichael, his 2nd personal. That will put Tyler Arndt at the free throw line. Cassville 6 of 7 from the stripe in the first half. Arndt still looking for his first point of the ball game, and he gets it as the first free throw goes down. Next one by Arndt. Rims in, and he has 2 points. 55-23, Hound Dogs on top. Sideline left, they go to Fronebarger. Hilton to Naylor. Back to Hilton. Naylor on the right wing. Cassville's 2-3 zone, shifting back and forth. Hilton open from 3, and he knocks it down from the left wing. Devin Hilton, a tray of trays, and he's got 9 points. 58-23, Hound Dogs on top. And Coach Cutbirth ready to bring in 5 new players. He's been going 5 in, 5 out every time he's made substitutions. Speakman tries another 3-pointer, can't buy it, and the rebound down to the Hound Dogs. Hilton goes to Naylor. Naylor looks at it from 21 and hits. Preston Naylor now a tray of trays, and he's got 16, takes over game scoring honors for the Hound Dogs as he surpasses Logan Bader. Trying to answer a 3 at the other end by Arndt. Rims in and out, and the rebound down to Carmichael, and then Carmichael throws it away. Good ball movement by the Wildcats as Hadlow works it left side to Lambell, and a foul called underneath. Alan Lambell pushed along the baseline. And that will be the 2nd team foul against the Hound Dogs. Foul against Preston Naylor, his 2nd. Huseman, Cahill, Meredith, Miller all back in for the Hound Dogs, and a new face into the game for Aurora. And that is Mystery Man. We'll have to wait and see when his name is called. We do not have a number 14 on our roster, so we'll have to see who that young man is. Apologize for that. Get that Mystery Man every once in a while during the season, and we got one here tonight. Mason Huseman blocks a shot attempt by Speakman going coast to coast. Is that Mystery Man? Oh, check that. That is Miller, Matthew Miller. So I correct myself. That was not 14. That was 15 who made that layup. Matthew Miller now with 4 points off of the good assist. And the Hound Dogs lead at 63-23. 3:15 left to go, 3rd quarter. Hadlow with the basketball on the perimeter to Hoppus. Hoppus misses, and the rebound down to the Hound Dogs. Hoppus has got a 3-pointer tonight, but couldn't buy that one. Meredith working the ball down the lane, goes to Huseman. Nice bounce pass down low to Miller, shot up and in. Good bounce pass by the big man. He gets the assist, and the bucket goes to Matthew Miller. 6 points for Miller as a sophomore contributing off the bench. Wildcats into the front court. Speakman down the right side of the lane. Goes to Hoppus on the right wing. Into the free throw line. Goes to Hadlow. Spots up top of the key. Lets her fly off the front iron. Rebound down to Meredith. Here comes Billy Meredith. He can fly. He takes it all the way to the free throw line. Finally stopped there by Hoppus. Goes back out on the perimeter. Layup up and in. Count it, and he'll go to the line, and we get to find out who. All right, it is Dunning, Clayton Dunning, sophomore. So Clayton Dunning, the mystery has been solved. And he will go to the free throw line, trying to complete the and one, and he rattles it home. Foul was against, still got Kane Kellner up there, so we'll have to wait and see on that one. 68-23, Hound Dogs increasing their advantage with 2:20 left to go in the third. And now the ball nearly goes out of play, but run down by Trey Dalton. Dalton keeps it alive for the Wildcats. Will take it right to the rim and draws the foul. Saw an open seam, and he took it hard to the rack, and he will head to the free throw line. Foul called against Mason Huseman, his first personal, third team foul, and Dalton at the line. Got 2 points on the night, both coming from the free throw line, but he misses the first attempt. Cassville 8 of 10 from the free throw line here this evening. It's one of the bright spots for the Wildcats is their free throw shooting here tonight, but that one no good by Dalton. Fouls in the act of shooting, gets another opportunity, and this one good. So Dalton now with 3 points. Final 2 minutes of the third quarter. Cahill to Meredith to Dunning. Dunning, skip pass goes through to Cahill. Fadeaway three, no good off the back iron, and the rebound goes off the hands of Miller and out of play. So it'll be Wildcat basketball. .157 left to go here in the third. Hound Dogs lead at 68-24. One thing that will be of concern to the Wildcats when we get to the fourth quarter, with a 30-point lead by the Hound Dogs, we'll have a running clock unless Cassville can get that lead back under 30. Alan Lambell, fadeaway jump shot in the lane is good. He's got 7 points. Nice acrobatic move by Lambell, and he leads the Wildcats in scoring here this evening. Down to a minute and a half left to go, third quarter. Huseman trying to power his way up and under from the baseline, and he draws the foul. And Mason Huseman will be at the line for 2 shots. Foul against Alex Vanderpool. That's going to be his second personal. Second team foul against the Wildcats. Huseman's free throw. Line drive off the front iron, no good. Hound Dogs now 9 of 14 from the line. Huseman's second free throw is good. So Mason Huseman with 4 points. 69-26 Hound Dogs. A minute 25 left to play in the third quarter. A shot by Speakman rattles in and out, and the rebound down to the Hound Dogs. Here comes Skylar Cahill. Cahill crosses it over out front. Floater in the lane. Finger roll up and in. Cahill with 6. Opposite the other end. Jumper over the top of Huseman, and that's not easy to do to get a shot up over him, but he did. But it did not find the rim, and the rebound down to the Hound Dogs at the other end. Cahill tries a little sidestep move and draws the personal foul. Foul against Tyler Speakman, his third. Third team foul against the Wildcats. And correction, that is Speakman's fourth. And Cahill at the line. Free throw no good. But Skylar Cahill fouled in the act of shooting. Will get a second chance. Speakman and Vanderpool check out. Hadlow comes back in. And also Skylar Wolf checking in for the Wildcats. Cahill's second free throw off the mark, and the rebound down to Hadlow. Hadlow gives it off to Dalton. Dalton shot blocked by Cahill. Goes right to Lambell. He'll feed it out along the perimeter to Hoppus. Back to Lambell now. Three-pointer off the front iron, and Huseman clears away the glass. Outlet pass nearly stolen by Hoppus, but the Hound Dogs are able to gain control. Dunning with the ball between the circles, trying to force one in the lane, and the Wildcats steal it away. Cassville still hustling at both ends of the floor. Hoppus shot blocked, and he is fouled. So Ethan Hoppus will be going to the line. And that will be the second personal against Billy Meredith. Ethan Hoppus with 3 points on the night. And the free throw swish. 4 points for the freshman. Cassville now 10 of 13 from the stripe. Next one by Hoppus is also good. He has 5 points. 70-28 with less than 30 seconds to go here, third quarter. Cahill drives into the lane, kicks it on the baseline, goes to Miller, skip pass over to Dunning. Between the circles, top of the key goes to Meredith. Ball movement goes to Cahill, back to Miller. Glass iron and no good. Rebound down to the Wildcats. Here comes Trey Dalton. Gives it off to Lambell. Clock down to 3 seconds. Lambell, shot at the buzzer, comes up short. Meredith grabbed it, or checked that was Cahill, grabbed it, and flung one to the other end to no avail. After 3, it's Aurora 70, Cassville 28. Back with the final 8 minutes right after this. You're listening to Big A Basketball on the Talon Network.
Race Brother, Farm and Home Supply.
Hi, Roger here from Race. We're a big store with a lot of stuff. At Race Brothers, there's always something new to talk about. We have the largest selection of truck toolboxes in southwest Missouri. Supplies, dog food, cat food, dishes, collars, leashes, and grooming and products. And for the kids, we have great toys, fire wagons, and pedal tractors, or vegetables like Slake, Briar, Erdl. Come on out, Race Brothers in Springfield, Carthage, and Monette. That's the way we do business. Tell a friend.
Race Brothers, Farm and Home Supply. Western Wind.
When you have things to buy or trade, look no further than the very advertiser and reach over 13 homes and businesses with your ad. It's easy and you'll get the response you're looking for. The deadline for display advertising is 5 p.m. on Monday, and your class deadline is noon each Tuesday. You can place your ad online at caonline.com, stop in at 904 West Asheville, or call 417 742-75. Missouri County Advertiser, County to serve customers advertising for nearly half a century.
Well, here we go, the final 8 minutes off the clock, and unless Cassville can get the lead back under 30, it will take exactly 8 minutes to play this fourth quarter. The running clock is in play with a 30-point lead for the Hound Dogs. The Wildcats with possession of the ball to start the fourth quarter. Hound Dogs lead at 71-28. Hoppus with the ball, gives it on the perimeter to Tyler Arndt. Into the left elbow. Bounce pass goes through the lane, goes to Hadlow. Hadlow, skip pass over to Hoppus. Hoppus has got a 3 tonight. This time he puts it on the floor, drives underneath, trying to get it to Wolf, and the ball turned over. And the Hound Dogs with possession. A lot of new faces onto the floor for both teams, and blocking foul called against Tyler Arndt is his second, and the 14th foul against the Wildcats. Making that move for Aurora was Alex Burdett. Another one of the seniors for the Hound Dogs, and he is going to be at the line. Burdett's free throw bounces off the front of the rim, no good. Kane Kellner checks back into the game for Cassville. And the second shot by Burdett is up and in. 72-28 Hound Dogs. Tyler Arndt with the ball for the Wildcats. Bounce pass goes through to Hoppus. Left-hand corner. Hadlow, three-pointer, rims out, and the rebound down to the Hound Dogs. And bringing it up the floor will be Burdett. Fires it into the front court. Zach Shoemaker with the basketball. Goes to Burdett. Lob across into the corner. Finds Ty Ray. Ray back to Shoemaker and then down low to Montgomery. And the pass trying to go inside of the big man, goes off his fingertips and out of play. Under 6 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. Hound Dogs with a 72-28 lead. Tyler Arndt draws a double team on the right wing. Back around the perimeter to Hadlow. Hadlow feeds it between the circles to Hoppus. Off to Arndt. Launches from 22. Comes off the back iron. Rebound down to Montgomery. Montgomery will give it to Burdett. He'll walk it up the floor. Picked up at the midcourt stripe by Hoppus. Out on the right side. Pass goes to Ray. Now to Shoemaker. And a steal by the Wildcats. Here comes Hoppus flying down the lane. Layup up and in. Cassville converting a Hound Dog turnover. Their sixth of the night into 2 points. And it's 72-30. Wildcats trying hard to get this lead back under 30, so the clock will go back into normal operation. Ray with the ball to Burdett. Burdett back to Ray on the right wing. He tries to increase the lead, and the three-pointer rims out. Rebound pulled down underneath, and a follow shot, no good. Tyler Arndt called for the foul, his third. And at the line, the shot is up and in. And wouldn't you know it, we have another mystery man. Nope, there he is, Tyler Moore. Tyler Moore's first free throw good, his second free throw good as well. So Moore makes them both. It's 74-30 with 4 minutes left to play here in the fourth quarter. Hadlow trying to get a screen from Speakman. Goes left wing to Lambell. Three-pointer up and in. Alan Lambell knocks down his second tray of the night. He's in double figures with 10, and he leads the Wildcats in scoring. Hound Dogs at the offensive end. Burdett to Ray. Back out front to Burdett. Cassville bringing the 2-3 zone all the way out beyond the three-point line. Burdett runs down the lane and gets a shot up and draws a foul, and he will be back at the free throw line. Foul against Kane Kellner, his fourth. And now they put his fifth up on the board. But I've only got him as 4-2. 15th foul against the Wildcats, and we got some new faces coming in again for Cassville. Trey Dalton comes back in. Skylar Wolf also checking back in for the Wildcats. Burdett's free throw up is good. So Burdett now with 2 points. Meanwhile, all this time while they're getting substitutes in, the clock is continuing to run. The next one by Burdett is also good. He's got 3. And it's 76-33 in favor of the Hound Dogs with 2:40 left to go. Wildcats work the ball to the offensive end. Dalton into the corner. Jump shot up is good. And the jumper made by the Hound Dogs. Wilson knocks down the jumper out of the right-hand corner. 76-36. Aurora with the lead, and the Hound Dogs with possession. Shoemaker tries a three. It rims out. Rebound down to Montgomery. Loses the handle. Picked back up by Ray. And then a whistle and a tie-up underneath. Possession arrow favors the Hound Dogs. Chad Howerton coming in for Cassville. Kendall Burbridge also into the game for the Wildcats, and Shoemaker knocks down a three. (79-36) Hound Dogs with 90 seconds remaining. Power move in the lane by Dalton. Draws a double team and draws a foul. He'll go to the free throw line. Foul was against Ty Ray, his first. 15th foul against the Hound Dogs, and Dalton's free throw up, no good. Rims out. Trey Dalton on the night with 3 points. Fouls in the act of shooting will get another chance. Cassville at one point 11 of 13 from the line, but they've missed 3 in a row and now missed 4 in a row, and the rebound down to Moore. Tyler Moore gives the ball to Burdette. He'll bring it across the timeline. We're under a minute to play. Shoemaker on the left wing, back out front to Burdette. Works the ball around to the right side, splits a double team. Shot blocked out of play by Wolf. Good defense by Skylar Wolf for the Wildcats. That is one thing. This game is lopsided on the scoreboard, but Cassville continuing to play it out. They are not giving an inch here down the stretch. Playing every second, that's what you like to see. Jumper up and in by Shoemaker. He now has 5 points, and we're down to 20 seconds remaining. Dalton with the ball across the top of the key with the dribble, knocked free by Burdette. Dalton runs it down at the scores table, brings it back across the timeline, or back across the three-point line, I should say. Burbridge with an up and under move, misses. Rebound down to the Hound Dogs, and that's going to do it. 3, 2, and 1. And the buzzer sounds. Montgomery puts it up and in, but it will not count. It came after the buzzer. And the Hound Dogs win it 81-36. The Hound Dogs improved to 5-0 in the Big 8 and 15-7 overall. Cassville falls to 7-14 and 1-4 in the conference. 81-36. Aurora with the victory here tonight on the road. And the Hound Dogs will be back in action this Friday at home against Carl Junction. Cassville travels to East Newton this Friday to battle the Patriots. We'll step aside and be back with the postgame right after this. You're listening to Big 8 Conference Basketball here on the Talon Network.
You know that understanding your home's thermostat can save you money. Constantly adjusting the thermostat is hard on your furnace and air conditioner and not all that effective. Consider installing a programmable thermostat. Proper programmable thermostat could cut your cost 20%. One key to save on your electric bill is to avoid paying energy that is wasted when you're not at home. Less energy to quickly warm or cool home than to maintain the temperature all day. Visit the website BerryElectric.com for more energy-saving tips for your home. This message is brought to you by Berry Electric Cooperative of Cassville, locally owned and invested in the needs of its members.
This live broadcast of high school sports on Sports Network is brought to you in part by these Booster Club members. Berry County Health Flu shots are now available at the Berry County Department in both Cassville and Monette offices. Walk-ins are welcome, or you can contact the office 417-847-14 or the Monette office 413-554-8402 for more information. Freedom Bank of Southern Missouri in Cassville, Sligman, Willard, Shellman, and Golden to serve you. Visit them on freedombk.com. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. And Foods, proudly supporting area high school athletics. Tyson Foods in Monette, making great and making a difference.
Till Thursday to read what's going on in our community. Get award-winning journalism delivered to your mailbox every Wednesday, only $28.75 per year, and follow breaking news as it happens at Cassville-Democrat.com. Subscribe today by calling 1-847-610 or 847-7296 or emailing Darlene at Cassville-Democrat.com.
Since its inception, Free Club Southern Missouri has continued to bring excellence in service with an experienced, minded staff that knows their business, desires to help their customers and the community with a variety of quality banking services, focusing on the community and the people they at Freedom Bank of Southern Missouri, Cassville, Seligman, and Woodard, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
Freedom for your future. Freedom Bank.
Cassville is the place to go for convenience and service, serving the area for nearly 30 years. Everything from fuel to snacks to ice cold drinks, great tasting sandwiches from the deli, fast trip at competitive prices. And now if you're in a forgot to pay a bill, ask the staff about the site kiosk. Many bills can be taken care of quickly and easily. They also have an 8 right inside the front door. Open 24 hours, 7 days a week. Fast Trip 104 South in Cassville. This live broadcast of high school sports on the Talon Network is brought to you in part by these Sports Club members. Community National Bank, your Talon Community Bank, with 2 locations to serve Highway 60 and Chapel Drive in Monette and Anchor in Aurora. Member FDIC. The Bayou Restaurant. When your belly is raging, Cajun, head over to the Bayou on Highway 60, Monette. Talon Associates Financial Services. They've been serving Monette and the Southwest Missouri since 1983, helping their clients improve their long-term financial success. Call 7-235-7900, online at TalonAssociates.net. And your State Farm insurance agent in is Phil Davison. For life, call Phil Davison, State Farm Insurance, Mount Vernon at 466-751.
It seems with giant faceless holdings taking control of most banking, it's a local bank that's truly the hometown people, with all the stability and strength of large holding companies, yet enough to understand your banking needs. Keep hot's always on at First State Bank. You to know you're always welcome at any of their local Purdy, Monette, Pierce City, Ville. First State Bank, the bank for hometown people. Member IC.
Hi, this is Dora Garcia, Matella at First State Bank of Purdy in Cass. We invite you to come by and get to know First Bank of Purdy.
Back with you here at Cassville. The Hound Dogs come to Wildcat territory and make it a clean sweep over Cassville as they win the freshman game, the JV game, and they finish off the Wildcats with a victory tonight in the varsity contest as well. 81-36, the final score here in the varsity game. Hound Dogs jumped out to a 13-0 lead. Cassville would break that 13-0 streak with a bucket, and then the Hound Dogs would run off 7 more points to go up 20-2, and they would never look back, and they go on to the victory. 3 players in double figures and 10 3-pointers made tonight by the Hound Dogs as they pick up the win here on the road. Looking at the final scoring, the Hound Dogs led by Preston Naylor. He had 16 points and 3 threes. Logan Bader had 14 points. Austin Carmichael hit a couple of threes and finishes with 13. Devin Hilton hit 3 threes and finishes with 9. Skylar Cahill had a 3-pointer and finishes with 6. It was Zach Shoemaker with 5. Let's see. Alex Burdett had 3. Going on down, Mason Huseman with 4. Garrett Montgomery had 1. Matthew Miller had 6. Clayton Dunning with 3. And Tyler Moore with 2 points for the Hound Dogs. For the Cassville Wildcats, they were led by Alan Lambell. He finishes in double figures with 10 points and hit 2 threes on the night. Noah Hadlow had 6. Ethan Hoppus hit a 3 and finishes with 7. Trey Dalton with 3. Austin Wilson had 3. It was Tyler Speakman hitting a 3-pointer and finishing with 5, and Tyler Arndt with 2 points. The Wildcats unofficially 11 of 16 from the line. They commit 9 turnovers. Hound Dogs go 15 of 22 from the stripe and turn it over 6 times, and the Hound Dogs dominate on the boards 32-11. We'll take a quick break and be back to talk it over with the head coach of the Wildcats, Coach Barrett Millison, right after this. You're listening to Big 8 Conference Basketball here on the Talon Network.
Whether it's Chevy or GM, stop by Automotive at Highways 39 and 60 from Missouri. They've got what you're looking for in a variety of styles and colors to choose from. If it's fuel you seek, check out the Chevy Cruze. For more real experts, see the Malibus or Impalas. If it's they've got trucks, Silverados, Sierras, and Colorados. What about SUVs? We're covered with Tahoe, Yukon, Equinox, and Terrain. If luxury is what you're after, it has Buick and Cadillac. And if you want to rev up a bit, see the Camaros or Corvettes. Automotive in Aurora, Missouri, junctions of Highway 9 and 60, or visit them online at automotive.com.
We are Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance. We're for Home Sweet Home. We're for condos, single wides, and studios. We're for houseboats, 2 stories or 20. Bluebirds, white squirrels, black walnuts, out your back door. We're for that. For watching the sun rise over the Mississippi, set over the Missouri. We're for kicking off your in a high rise or hanging up your hat in the booth. And if you have a home in Missouri, we have a for you.
Hi, I'm Chad Yono, Missouri. And if you're in Berry or Lawrence County, got you covered.
Legal issues concerning your family are understandably emotionally charged. Legal counsel concerning divorce, adoption, child custody and visitation, support, name changes, property division, or any issue relating to the family. Contact the law offices of J. Michael Ring. If you don't know what to do, they will go to work for you. Call them at 417-847-1339. That's 847-1339. The law offices of J. Michael Ring. The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements.
Security Bank of Southwest Missouri, your home-owned independent bank with 3 locations to serve you better in Cassville, Exeter, and Wheaton. Security Bank now offers mobile available on the App Store or by the Android app on Google Play. For more information on mobile banking, call 417-847-4794 or visit them online at www.sbswmo.com. And don't forget, Security Bank has their own insurance agency located right across the street from the Cassville location. Stop by to visit Security Insurance Agency for all your insurance needs. Security Bank of Southwest Missouri, member FDIC.
How healthy is your heart? Find out at Cox Monette Hospital Friday, February 26th from 8 a.m. For just $40, you'll receive a stroke and cardiac assessment, important health information, plus to measure your cholesterol, blood sugar, kidney, and thyroid function. We'll put it all up with a heart-healthy breakfast. Seating is limited, so please register early. Give us a call at 417-354-1288.
So don't be alarmed. Take your rest at Ken's Collision Center. He and his experienced crew are ICAR, ASE certified collision repair specialists. Lifetime guarantee, experience half-free frame straightening, computerized alignment, complete collision repair, working with all groups. That's why Ken's Collision Center is the area's finest collision repair facility. Southwest Ken's in Canada from 900-1593. Nothing is here. Move along.
Welcome back to Cassville. We are now joined here on the postgame by the head coach of the Wildcats, Coach Barrett Millison. And, Coach, we knew coming in it was going to be a tough task taking on the Hound Dogs, whether you got them on the road or on here on the home floor, a very good basketball team. And they jumped out to that early advantage, and they were able to propel that early 20-2 advantage onto a victory here tonight.
You know, a lot of credit to Coach Cutbirth. I mean, he's got a great ball club, great program. I know that they're very senior-heavy. Not only do they have great size, but they've got great skill players on the outside, and they played a very good 32 minutes of basketball here tonight.
The one thing that really helped them early on, they were forcing a few turnovers, but then I was impressed with your kids. They started doing a lot better job taking care of the basketball. After those 5 early turnovers in the fourth quarter, I had you only with 5 turnovers the rest of the game.
Yeah, we knew that they were going to get out and run and jump. That just comes with the physicality that they play with. I think that they just play the game so physical that sometimes it takes a little bit of time for you to get used to the speed and the physicality. And something that we talked about all week, we knew that they would get up and press us, and we knew that that could be an issue. I think that we did a good job of adjusting as the game went on. But you're right, the first frame was pretty brutal. They really got out after it.
And that is the one thing that they used to their advantage tonight that helped them to this win is their size and their physicality. And it doesn't always show up in a box score, but out-rebounding the Wildcats 32-11 unofficially. And a lot of those were offensive rebounds and putbacks, and that's where they really do a lot of damage with their big guys inside. And even their smaller forwards, very athletic, and they'll get in there and crash the boards as well.
They do a very good job of offensive rebounding, especially when you give up some size. Sometimes you go to a zone to kind of try to negate some of that size, negate some dribble drive. Not only did they shoot it well, but you're right, they rebounded it really well. I think there were a couple possessions in a row where they didn't make the first shot out of their offensive set, but it was the second or third one. And that's something we talk about all the time, that it doesn't always have to be you give a team enough chances, they're going to put the ball in the hole, and they did that tonight.
One thing I saw from your kids tonight, and when a game gets lopsided score one way or the other, and you don't see it too often, but you'll see sometimes a team kind of relax and let things go and play out as they were, but your kids did not give 1 inch. I mean, even though they were down in the second half, I saw kids diving after loose basketballs. They were hustling all over the place, working hard on the defensive ends. They were fighting right down to the final buzzer.
It's just something, just a mentality that we've tried to change with some of our kids. Don't ever play soft. Try to match your level of play with the opponent. If they are above you in any way, that you try to match their physicality, match their toughness. And I'm really proud of the kids. They did battle for 32 minutes, but tonight was Aurora's night, and a credit to them.
Alan Lambella ends up leading you in scoring tonight with 10 points and a couple of threes, but a couple of your young players, Ethan Hoppus and Trey Dalton, combined for 10 points and a three-pointer tonight, and it's nice to see some of those young guys step up and contribute.
Yeah, Alan's really played really well as of late. I'm very proud of him. Some of our young guys, Trey Dalton's a sophomore, Ethan Hoppus is a freshman. they've really responded to the call when I've asked them to contribute at the varsity level. They've really taken the bull by the horns and rose to expectations, and I'm proud of both those guys. They come off the bench for us, they accept their role, and they play really, really hard. I'm proud of those guys.
Shot free throws pretty well tonight, too, and that's something you got to do against a big physical team is make your free throws when you get a chance to go to the line. Missed a couple late, so it kind of skewed a little bit, but still very nice job, 11 of 16, and like I said, with those 2 late misses, but 11 of 13 at one time there before those late misses. So that's key to be hitting your free throws against teams that are going to put you on the line.
Absolutely. We practice quite a bit on free throws, skills and drills, fundamentals, and I'm glad to see the kids experience a little bit of success with that after all the hard work that they've put in practice and off-season stuff. So that's just a credit to the kids.
Well, your first season as head coach just flying by. It's hard to believe we just got 4 games left in the regular season. It's on to district play, but 2 of those 4 are going to be on the road. You've got the next one coming up at East Newton. Then you come back home, play Rogersville and Seneca, and then you go on the road before districts to take on Monette. Some winnable ball games in there before you get to district play to kind of build some momentum headed towards the district tournament.
Absolutely. All those teams are well coached. I know all the coaches of each of those programs. They'll all be well prepared for us, and we'll try to do the same for them. And yeah, we would really like to finish the season very strong, go into district, hopefully be a 5 seed, hopefully get 1 win in there, and just see how far we can keep the momentum going.
Because that's what it all really comes to fruition when you get to that district tournament. Everybody goes back to square one, and a lot of times you see teams who's got that momentum at the end of the regular season, they carry that on into the district tournament, and they can really make a run that way.
Absolutely. We just, I think, in changing a culture, one of the things that we've always talked about all year is you have to give yourself a chance at the end of ball games to be able to make plays, to put yourself and put your team in a position to win, and I think that we're doing a better job of that. I think one of the statistics we use as a coaching staff is I think we have not lost a close game. I think if we can get that thing within about 4 or 5 late, we've had the mental toughness to pull those out. Games like Pierce City, Blue Eye come to mind, where if we can just keep it close and stay competitive for 28 minutes, we really feel confident about our chances finishing out the last 4.
Well, Coach, we appreciate your time here in the post game, and thank you so much for coming up and visiting with us. We wish you good luck this week against the Patriots, and we'll catch up with you again when you take on Monette.
Hey, thank you very much.
Coach Barrett Millison, head coach of the Wildcats. They fall here tonight against Aurora, but they'll be right back at it Friday at East Newton battling the Patriots. We'll step aside one more time, be back to wrap things up here from Cassville.
Race Brothers, on and home supply.
Hi, Roger here from Race Big Store. A lot of stuff. At Race Brothers, there's something new to talk about. For instance, we have the key to power tools, hand tools like screwdrivers. We also have a ton of clothes at Race Brothers, in addition to Wrangler, Carhartt, and Cruel Girl, Cinch, Rocky Mountain, Justice, Double H, and Montana Silversmith belt, jewelry, and figurines. For the shop, we have presses, pressure washers, power generators, welders. Come on out to Race Brothers at Spring at Monette. You'll like the way we do business.
Race Brothers, Farm Home Supply, and Western Way.
When you have things to buy or trade, look no further than the very advertiser and reach over 13,000 homes and businesses with your ad. It's easy and you'll get the response you're looking for. The deadline for display advertising is 5 p.m. on Monday, and your class ad deadline is noon each Tuesday. You can place your ad online at dcaonline.com. Stop in at 904 West Street in Cassville or call 412-847-4670. The Berry County Advertiser in Berry County to serve customers' advertising needs for nearly half a century.
We want our homes to stay warm in the winter and cool in the summer, but we don't like high bills. Reducing the amount of air leaks that are out of the home is a cost-effective way to lower your utility bills. Start by finding the leak, seal them with proper material and techniques. Visit the website, BerryElectric.com, for saving tips for your home. This message is brought to the locally owned Berry Electric Cooperative to stress the energy needs and improve the quality
Network is brought to you in part by these Sports Club members. Berry County Health Department. Flu shots are now available at the Berry County Health Department in both Cassville and Monette offices. Walk-ins are welcome, or you can contact the office 417-847-2014 or the Monette office 417-354-8402 for more information. Freedom Bank of Southern Missouri. Locations in Cassville, Sligman, Willard, Shell, and Golden to serve you. Visit them on freedombk.com. Member FCC, Equal Housing Lender. And Tyson Foods, proudly supporting area high school athletics. Tyson Foods in Monette, making great and making a difference.
Cred has been providing complete, factual news of events and issues that affect our lives. The Cassville Democrat serves all of Berry by publishing well-researched news articles, timely editorials, lively letters, complete local sports coverage, plus much more. The staff of Cassville Democrat believes the people of Berry County need and deserve to know what's happening in their community. Democrat, call 417-82610 to subscribe.
Hey, country guys and gals, happy to tell you all about the all-new Dodge Chrysler Jeep and Ram in Cassville. All new owners, managers, and a way of doing business. We keep country simple, and just like I tell the youngins, do the right thing every day and every time. The all-new Country Dodge has the cars everybody wants. Used cars start at just $2,900 up to $12,000 off on them trucks. And boy, howdy, know trucks. We know trucks better than the parts selling fish stories. We're having fun now. Pick up your wagon and get to the all-new Country Chrysler Jeep and Ram at the junction of 37 and 76 in Cassville. Or we're always open online at countrydodge.com. You won't be happy till you have from happy at the all-new Country Dodge. This is your country.
Freedom Bank, Southern Missouri. Freedom Bank, will let you have your dreams.
Stability, service, and experience to meet every aspect of your banking needs at Freedom Bank of Southern Missouri. To loans to home improvement loans, from auto to agricultural loans, Freedom Bank is committed and focused to serve you and the communities in which we're located. Freedom Bank, your pretty progressive bank, member FDIC, housing lender.
You don't have to sacrifice service or great prices. You'll find it all at Fast Trip in Cassville. Fast Trip has a great selection of fuel, fountain, grocery items, snacks, pasties, hand-dipped items in a variety of flavors, and Honey Hill for Also, check out the new items on the menu for the largest and freshest delis in the area. Sacrifice friendly service and great prices. Convenience. Get them all at Fast Trip, 101 Main in Cassville. This live broadcast of high school sports on the Talon Network is brought to you in part by these Sports Club members. Community National Bank, your community bank, with 2 locations to serve Highway 60 and Chapel Drive in Monette and Brinker in Aurora. Member FDIC. The Bayou Restaurant. When your belly is raging and Cajun, head over to the Bayou on Highway 60 in Monette. Talon Associates Financial Services. They've been serving Monette and the Southwest Missouri since 1983, helping their clients improve their long-term financial success. Call 1-235-7900 or online at tallonassociates.net. And your State Farm insurance agent, Vernon, is Phil Davison. For life, health, call Phil Davison, State Farm Insurance, South Vernon at 466-7651.
It seems with giant faceless holding companies taking control of most banking, it's good to have a local bank that's truly the hometown bank of hometown people, with all the stability of large holding companies, yet small enough to understand your banking needs. The spot's always on at First State Bank. They want to know you're always welcome at any of their locations. Purdy, Monette, Pierce City, Cassville. First State Bank, the hometown for hometown people. Member FDIC.
Hi, this is Dora Garcia. I am at First State Bank of Purdy in Cassville. You should come by and get to know First State Bank of Purdy.
Back for the final time here at Cassville. The Hound Dogs beat the Wildcats in the freshman game, the JV game, and the varsity game to complete the sweep here tonight of the 3 matchups between Aurora and Cassville. The Hound Dogs will be back in action Friday night when they will be at home against Carl Junction. and that will be the final home game of the year for the Hound Dogs. They close out the regular season a week from tonight at Ash Grove, then a week from Friday at Lamar, and then on the 23rd they will be at McDonald County to take on the Mustangs, and then it's on to district play. The Hound Dogs will be competing in the Class 4 tournament over, I believe it's at Rogersville this year. I'm not 100% sure on that, but I know they go up and play with some of the Springfield schools. Cassville will be participating in the district tournament over at Carthage, and they've got 4 games remaining before district play as well. They will be at East Newton this Friday. They come home next week to play Rogersville and Seneca, and then they will close out the regular season on the 23rd at Monette, and that will be our next broadcast for the Wildcats as well when they take on the Cubs in that Big 8 conference matchup at Monette High School on February the 23rd. Before we get out of here tonight, we'd like to thank all the folks for helping us, all the staff here from Cassville, Athletic Director Doug Martin, Principal Jeff Swadley for all the hospitalities and the courtesies. We appreciate their help very much with our broadcast. Also, thanks to head coach Daniel Cutbirth from Aurora and head coach Barrett Millison from Cassville for helping us out with starters and stats. And a big thank you to Coach Millison for coming up and visiting with us here in the postgame as well. As always, appreciate Todd Speakman running the camera for us tonight on CassvilleWebTV.com as we appreciate his help throughout the season. He'll be back with us next week when we will have Cassville Lady Wildcat basketball here on the Talon Network. The Lady Wildcats taking on the Aurora Lady Hounds next Monday, and that'll be our next broadcast here from Cassville. Big 8 Conference basketball next Monday night as the Lady Wildcats and the Lady Hounds here on 95.9 The Buzz and CassvilleWebTV.com. All right, final scores tonight. Freshmen from Aurora defeat Cassville 62-28. The JV game also goes to the Hound Dogs 45-28. And then in the varsity contest, it was Preston Naylor with 16 for the Hound Dogs. Alan Lambell leading Cassville with 10, and the Hound Dogs win it 81-36. This is Sammy Clapper saying thanks for joining us and good night from Cassville.
You've been area high school basketball here on the Talon Network, your sports authority for Southwest Missouri. Proudly presenting live play-by-play action of the Wildcats and Lady Wildcats all season long. Tonight's game has been brought to you in part by Berry Advertiser, Berry Electric Cooperative, Still Democrat, Country Dodge, Fast Trip, First State Bank, Heavy Dealers of the Ozarks Mays Automotive Group, Arnold, Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance, the law of J. Michael Reen, Battery Outfitters, Fruity Bank, Cocktail Center Cassville, Collision Center, Race Brothers Farm and Home Supply, and our Sportscaster Club members. And thank these sponsors for their support of our broadcast, Cassville High School Athletics. So join us next for Cassville Wildcat basketball here on your sports for Southwest Missouri, the Talon Network.
You are listening to The Buzz, 95.9 KKPL.